what we're talking about.
Do we think we should, like you mentioned, at birth, once a child is put, once a woman puts to bed, we do the testing to find out who.
I think Dan's position has been clear here. He's in favor of it.
Right.
You understand? And my own position is I am in favor as long as it is not mandatory.
I think so that actually it should be made available. It shouldn't be made compulsory because these are very expensive tests to be done. Not everybody can afford it. You understand? But if someone says he wants to, probably you subsidize it, and it's probably once you subsidize stuff, it means it's readily available. I'll support that. Then you need to pay for it at the subsidized rate. The government can do that if they want to. But a situation whereby the government say that's not their own business, they're not subsidizing anything.
Now,
but the government want to make it a must. Then if your government needs to make that a must at childbirth, then you need to subsidize and make it free.
I don't think government can even make
the
it.
Government is not interested to do that.
Because it's more of a personal thing.
Yeah, it's
more
of a personal thing.
Morality. They cannot legislate on who I should sleep with or who my wife should sleep with.
They will fight against it because there are a lot of, because I think in France they have actually tried to abolish the idea of having paternity tests in France.
Yeah, so I don't think
in France, so because the kind of emotional trauma it causes the lady when she discovers the man.
The person wants to go and do it. I'm not for it. Let the person go and do it. So, but now another thing that comes up is that once this issue of DNA testing comes up, and the woman is found out that the woman, the child has a social parent and has a biological parent. Yeah. The stigma is always on the woman. Why?
Of course. That's why it's called paternity testing. It's not called maternity testing. Let me get something wrong. No. The word here is paternity, not maternity. So which means if it's been established that the lady does not need to prove to the world, as long as she actually delivered that child and had that child in her arm, she would not need to question.
I'm not talking of the woman. The implication on the stigma is on the woman who is alleged to have committed paternity fraud in quotes, that is giving the man a child from another biological parent. Okay. That stigma is always on the woman. What of the man who impregnated that woman?
Okay, let me say something here. Yeah. That's why I try to say that when it comes to sex, the gatekeeper of sex is the woman, not the man. Let's be very frank. You see that it's very easy for the gatekeeper of relationship is a man. We will establish that when two people are here, a man and a woman are actually in courtship and everything, the lady is always looking up to the man to say, "Oh, please, when do you propose? When do you do this?" So the man is the one in charge. He's the one who's the gatekeeper. And you see, sometimes when women are angry with their spouse or boyfriend, they withhold sex as a weapon. They don't let you get in because they knew that. So they actually are the ones who let you in. So the man makes the proposal, like get proposal of sex, like how they want to have sex, and the woman now accepts and said yes. Now let me tell you something. In this particular case, the lady gave her consent to someone who is not her husband.
No, but
to have sex with her. That's the fault of the woman.
The man knows that this woman is not my wife, and she made that proposal. Do you know
why can't the woman say no? Because let me tell you why the power of consent comes in. If the man
can you allow me to make the point?
I'm trying to establish why there is rape in why rape has always been an issue. We need to establish that. You should understand the power of consent a woman has. You can't 100% blame the man, and I have to make this proof because I'm coming from a forensic angle here. Yeah. You see that when the man says he wants to do this to this lady, the lady for herself has the power to say no.
Yeah.
If the man goes ahead to do it, the man will be will be sent to jail for rape. So for the sake the woman never said no, never resisted, that means she accepted. She must have thought about it. And mind you, women are fast thinkers than men. Before a woman accepts to have that with a man, enjoy it, it means that particular stuff has been built up in her. She must have conceived the idea. It doesn't just happen.
So can I ask something? The point you made now is very, very essential, very important. Can I ask, can this be a proof of a rape of a woman, for instance, 40 years down the line? the man
raped her.
The social parent discovered that I am no longer the biological father. And then the man says, yes, I couldn't speak up then. I was raped 40 years ago.
You mean the woman?
The woman, yes.
Yeah.
Says I was raped 40 years ago.
Yeah, that's a different case.
That's a different case. If the lady for herself was very timid enough to say she doesn't want to admit that she was raped, probably, but we live in a society whereby we encourage people to speak up. Yeah, it's possible. You understand? It's possible. Let's just give for a scenario here. A slave, a female slave, married a male slave. And somehow the master, let me just say they are not, they are the same color. They're the same color, you understand? Now rapes the female slave. The female slave thinks like if she tells her husband that she was raped by her master, if no matter how the husband tries to react, that they will still blame her. You understand? For letting the master. So it's either the husband wants to kill the master or the master wants to kill the husband. The woman would just probably withdraw herself. And that's the way it was when, the way the society was in the past. Not in this current society, we have women speaking out now. So you find out that things like that could happen. And she will give the child for the master. And if the master doesn't show interest, like he wants to even be the father of the child, and the husband is showing too much interest, she would definitely, women are programmed for resources, who shows care towards them and show care towards the child. She will actually let the man have the child. Unless the man in the future now decides to run a test and now discover this son I'm raising doesn't belong to me. It belongs to my master. And the lady now opens up and tells her that I was raped by my master, but I was afraid of doing that. Now, this is a situation whereby there is a clear case of intimidation, and the lady was a victim. It's very clear. But if this is a different thing altogether.
Let me say something now. You are taking it, you will understand the point you've made. Now, what I'm saying is, some men go out of their way to convince a woman, do everything. We call it bad treasure. Do a lot of things
just to get in between
get in between her legs.
Between a married woman.
Yes.
A married woman.
Yes. Many men do it.
Let the quote here, married.
Yeah, obviously. Are you not aware of it?
See, let me tell you something.
No, let me finish. And now that man
you interrupted me. You asked me the question. You make me answer there, and I'm very good at asking questions. That's one thing about me. You are talking about married woman. Let's put the quote married woman, not a random girl. A married woman has been taken away from the society and betrothed to a man here. And why are men getting married? That's the question you should ask yourself. Why
men get married for different reasons.
Let me tell you, but what's the primary reason for getting married?
Well,
for us, in our society,
for procreation,
the primary reason
for procreation, to extend your generation.
Yes.
See, let me tell you one thing. Men can marry for companionship. Men can marry for any pragmatic reason. That's secondary. It's for companionship. Men can marry for settlement. For instance, they get from a flying family, they want to get financial, just like some women do. But let me tell you, it's a man's primary aim, biologic prerogative, not from us as human beings, from all animals in the animal kingdom, marry to extend their DNA to the next generation. It's an insult and disrespect to manhood that you married a woman and the woman cannot do the primary assignment in which she is married to extend your seed. Then she now took another man's seed and brought it to your gym pool.
It doesn't matter whether it's an insult or not.
It's a disrespect. Okay, let me just say you can't.
That's whether it's disrespect or insult. But the issue there is that
it happens.
It happens if the man is away to try and manipulate.
It is the duty of the woman to tell the man no and tell the husband this man is making moves. Is probably making some advances towards me, and the husband needs to stand up as a man and resist the man. Help her. If the lady says no, because that silence she keeps, if she concedes it, that means she is actually thinking about it. We're talking about men's rear now. That you're having guilty intent means for you to have had that conspiracy of silence in you as the woman means that you wanted it. You want to enjoy this man outside your husband. That means you are naturally.
So, are you saying that a man who is going all out of his way to go and extend his DNA to another man's wife?
That's a man's natural biological prerogative.
It's accepted from all blame and all responsibility.
See, this thing of saying a man asks a woman out whether she's married, whether she's single, you understand, is a man's natural biological prerogative. It is the woman's natural prerogative,
to say no.
To say no, or I say yes.
No, I don't.
Let me tell you the truth.
Now,
You don't agree.
you're talking about marriage. Marriage is a woman, not a human being.
She wasn't
Marriage is
forced.
a marriage
We will only talk about. I will only say the woman will be 100% exonerated if the man forced himself on her.
No, that's the scenario.
But you would have
that is painted. It's not that of force.
It's not that of
that is
force.
why.
It's that of you.
So why would I want to blame the man?
Someone.
Let me tell you, I have to give myself as an instance here. Let me tell you something. If I'm married to my wife has that duty to respect me. Not to have a child.
You don't have the duty to respect your wife.
I have a duty to respect her
But
too.
you can go out for another man's
I would
wife.
not even want to even pregnant another woman in the first place.
Some people do.
But yeah, I'm getting somewhere. You understand?
Yeah.
But that's one thing you need to understand, because that's one time we're talking about paternity. I said, do we have maternity fraud in terms of a man actually impregnated a woman? Has a man actually gone and slept with a woman and got pregnant? That's the question we should ask. Can I as a man go sleep with a woman and get pregnant? No. I won't get pregnant. That means there's something in me that's meant to spread my seeds everywhere. Yeah, I'm trying to say, let's be very frank. But you see, a woman herself a man sleeps with her and she gets pregnant. That means she has to carry the burden of the gestation period for 9 months. And she herself actually have to have a father responsible for that child. And she's privileged to have one. As a husband, there are many single ladies out there who don't have anybody who wants to put a ring on their finger, and they are ready to actually have a baby for someone who is ready to show them a bit of care. Now you have a man who wants to show 100% care, and you have nothing to show to respect that man than to go sleep with another man, bring in another child. That's the height of disrespect you have given to that man. And men value nothing but respect, not love. Claiming you love the man, but you're not showing that man that respect. That's the height of disrespect you show your husband.
I can see how passionate you are about.
Yeah, I'm trying to say, let's don't blame. You are blaming a man.
But they don't know the fact that this is happening.
I know it happens.
Let me make
I know it happens. And to make that awareness that the lady herself needs to know that this particular stuff she's doing, there are consequences to that.
Now,